Okay, we ready?
Well, good morning. I hope you're doing well. We're back in Middle Earth, and this Marcellene is continuing to help the dwarves at Tharakh Bazan. He needs to go find a dwarf named Orphan. See if we can find him. Oh, what do we have here? Oh, a statue piece. We want that. Helgi Goblinbane statue would not be complete without an arm to grip a great axe. The goblins of Durin's Way destroyed the statue, and its parts can be found scattered throughout Moria. A dwarf named Uxie endeavors to reassemble them. So we need to take that to Arnod at Tharakh Bazan. Alright, we can do that. But first, we still need to find Orphan. That's a good thing you don't aggro. Although I should probably kill you anyway, just on principle. We can get a good look at this warg here. Ugly bugger, isn't it? Whoa. Huh. Maybe I should have actually used, I don't know, the stairs. Let's get rid of these guys. Like a Zog, my Zog will destroy you all. Not eat. What? I didn't catch what he said. Alright, and you are Orphan.
Greetings, friend. Are you lost?
Thank you for your help, friend. I was doing all I could to give us an advantage against the orcs when I was set upon. The orcs kept me trapped back here, taunting me with tales of Azog and the days of old, when the orcs slew the dwarves and Scar. I shudder to recall those days. Please go back to Tharakh Bazan and let Buck know I am unharmed. We will not yet be returning. The information we need may be found out here somewhere. Okay, so he's going to continue to hang out here. Well, hopefully he will be fine. You know what? We are going to get rid of you. Because you're ugly. And you stink. And you got no manners. There. Looks like it was an interesting place at one point. Where'd you come from? I get the feeling this rubble here, I don't know, it doesn't seem like part of the plan. Let's just put it that way. Wasn't part of the blueprint. Okay.
These halls will be great once more.
So Arfin is safe. That lightens my heart, Marcellene. He's a brave adventurer like you, but I worried he had taken an arrow in the back. I do not approve of him staying out there, but that decision is his to make. He is a reasonable dwarf.
We have seen naught of Durin's bane. Be wary if you journey into Moria.
When I was young, my father told me the tales of the early days of Khazad-dum. All of these stories ended abruptly, however, and no matter how many times I would ask, he would never tell me what happened next. I know now that the dark days were not spoken of. I fear by not talking about these defeats, about not even attempting to learn from them, we are dishonoring our forebears. I know Khazad-dum keeps within it the tales of these lost battles. I sense that wise old Arnaud may know where to look for records of these tales, but I dare not ask him myself. Perhaps you could ask him. Simply feign ignorance on the matter if he becomes angered. This is Arnaud. So we need to give him back the statue arm.
We will reclaim Khazad-dum for Dine Ironfoot.
Thank you for your assistance, Marcellene. It would have been a pity if this piece had remained in the hands of the enemy. I will send this over to Uxie right away, for his devotion to the statue of Helgi Goblinbane is legendary already. Okay. I guess I should ask you about tales.
Durin's folk will defy Durin's bane.
So you want to know about the tales of old, and not our victories? That sort of talk could get you in a lot of trouble around here, for those things simply are not discussed. But Buck is a close friend, so I suppose I could help. Khazad-dum, in fact, does still hold records of those days, though the goblins have strewn the pages all over, and what is left may be difficult to interpret without knowing more about the history of those days. Head east out of here into Salab Nurjundal, and explore the holes to the north and south. Return any pages you may find to me, so they may help us to understand their meaning. We need to go find... how would he know if the goblins had these pages anyway? And would the goblins actually have them? I feel like they would have already destroyed them in some manner. I don't know. And maybe I'm wrong. How many of these do we need? 4. 4 records. Yeah, that is definitely a harpy. Ancient records just hanging out on the ground here. Probably should pick this up on here. Okay, I guess that's it in here. One Marival. Actually, that's a Moravel. The Marival are the somewhat uglier looking ones. Still trying to figure out how wood is randomly growing here. The glass hall. Well, I get the feeling it was not named glass because it's made of glass, but it was named that because of the crystals lighting it. Oh, nothing up here. Oh look, goblin, 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 goblin. Like I went the wrong way, did I? Oh, and those Moraval are very tall pits. At least as tall as an elf, if not taller. Even there. It came from there. feel like this would have been a relatively fancy area. Not sure what it would have been used for, but it's certainly large. Excuse me, Warg. Don't mind me. I'm just gonna get this wood. And I'm gonna kill ya. Oh, here's another page. So busy looking around at everything that I'm like forgetting what I'm supposed to actually be doing. I have done, well, I think we just completed Western Durin's Way. Means we got probably another 5 LOTRO points. Yep, that was exactly what we got. Oh, hello, random person. I hope you're having fun. And there's where we saved that guy. But nothing here. I admit this is probably one of those places that I'm like not completely familiar with. But fortunately it is small enough that you don't really have to worry about it. Oh, here's another page. Now we just need one more. Also imagine if you were into role-playing and you were playing a dwarf, Moria would be the pinnacle. That or Erebor. Of course, you'd have to be very high level to roleplay in Erebor. Or Thorintal. Needless to say, dwarves have their choice of places. I thought I was in here already. Did I miss one? Somewhere. Okay, where are you? Oh, now it's pointing me back here again. Ah, right over here. Alright, so we got all 4 pages. So we need to talk to Arnott. And, oh, there's my goat. Now, I used to say Arnott is not particularly thrilled to have to read these accounts. It seems like the dwarves are not interested in rehashing bad news. Of course, I'd like to tell them. If they don't recall the past, the good and bad, they're doomed to repeat it. Oh, I went the wrong way. Oh, I did indeed go the wrong way. I went all sorts of the wrong way. You hear the snorting of that warg? That was kind of silly. Alright. I have what you asked for.
Khazad's folk have not yet fully repaid for their crimes against us.
You found them, and the pages are all here. The complete tale of one of the great defeats of the dwarves of Khazad-dum. A priceless find. Allow me to study these pages a bit more before revealing their discovery to Buck.
At long last, we will drive the maggot folk from our halls.
I want to restore the glory I believe we have lost in denying our history. It is time to tell the tales of past battles in Khazad-dum. Not to my fellow dwarves, for they will not appreciate them. To truly honor those who have fallen, we must tell our tales to those figures of lore. Of course, this is not truly possible, but we may still honor their memory in another way. Go into the gardens and stand before the statues that rest at the center and to the north, and before the southern fountain. There, recount the story of the great battle. Those who fell died in battle and in honor. They should forever be remembered for their valor. Okay, so we get to go stand in front of some statues and read the tale that we have discovered. Sounds interesting. So let's get started. We'll find the 3 statues. Now I know where one of them is for certain. It's right in the center. That statue right there. That one I can clearly remember. Okay, this should work. Nope. You have to get closer to it, maybe. Alright, so we have to find exactly where we're supposed to stand for this. Ah, there we go. Got it. You have honored the fallen with the story of their ancient battle. Now, it's kind of sad that you don't actually get to read the story. I would kind of like even a little tidbit so that we know what story we're telling, and instead of just you told them a story. This is the southern fountain. Actually, a very pretty fountain. So we'll go ahead and tell the story here. It says you have honored the fallen with the story of their ancient battle. And apparently the weather has agreed with my assessment because I just heard a big huge thunder. So let's go ahead and finish this before the weather gets any worse. I believe I see where we're telling the other part of the story. At least that'd be my best guess, since it's another statue, or at the very least a relief. I feel like we have to go up there. The northern statue, okay. Go ahead and tell our tale. You have honored the fallen with the story of their ancient battle. Now that we have done that, we can talk to Arnod. Okay, you're getting a little too close to the door for my comfort. So, you have to go. Alright, it is done.
The orcs of Moria have much to account for.
I feel we have done well today, Marcellene. Our forebears would be proud. We have honored them as we should have done long ago. I'll take the gloves. I can't use them, but they're worth the money.
Khazad-dum belongs to Durin's folk.
I've had ample time to study the pages you delivered to me, Marcellene. Understanding these tales is simpler than I had imagined. The author describes the events in great detail, and with incredible accuracy. The stories that are told within are tragic, but important to our history. You should have the honor of delivering the completed story to Buck. He must really wonder what has been found since you and he last spoke. Share with him the knowledge we have uncovered, and give him my regards.
May Durin return soon to his halls.
I've been eagerly awaiting your return, Marcellene. What news from Arnod? Ah, this is outstanding. These pages recount one of the greatest battles of my forefathers in Khazad-dum, and in such detail. We have just as much to learn from the victories of old as we do our failure. There is no dishonor in defeat when all have fought bravely. These records are not safe here in Tharakh Bazan. Take this tale to Barger in Khazad-dum, so they may be preserved for future ages. So, I don't think we have the stable to...
These halls will be great once more.
We don't. So, what are we going to do? Okay. We'll swift travel to Chamber of Crossroads. I mean, I could just ride through to get there, but I'll be honest, I'll just get lost. So we're going to do this the easy way. So that's one spot in Moria I still
May
have a little
Durin
trouble
return
with.
soon to his halls.
Then we're going to take a swift travel to 21st Hall, because I know how to get to Khazad-dum from the 21st Hall. Get off right here. And, alright, we need to go that way. So we spent, what? Like 76 silver to do this. So we got the 21st Hall, North Arch. And then we'll hit, what's it? I believe the South Arch. Turn to the left here. Go across the bridge. And this is Khazad-dum. I've discovered Khazad-dum. I discovered Khazad-dum. Isn't that awesome? Grab the
The
stable.
time has come to drive forth
Now
the
we
orcs
have
from our
that.
kingdom.
And over, I think it's this way. Don't fall off the edge of the world. That's the endless stair. That is the top portion of the endless stair. We have found Floyd and DeWitt. And no, we can't jump over to there from here. Trust me, I have tried. It does not work. It is walled. And we've got two dwarves here to talk to. So, we have preserving ancient tales. That is Borgar. That would be you.
Dark things dwell now in Moria.
What tale is this you bring to me, Marcellene? I know it not. Borgar looks carefully over the aged pages. Azog, that is a tale most grim. It is a sad moment in our history, but an important one as well. I had thought the pages of this tale were lost forever. I shall be sure to preserve these stories for Buck and for all our kin. Many thanks, brave mariner. Okay.
The shadow of Mordor will not long fill the halls of Khazad-dum.
So the mirror once again reflects light through the halls. That news lifts my spirit. We'll just go with the health potion. And with that, we have finished the quest in Tharakh Bazan. And next time we will begin the quest of Jazergun. Until then, bye for now.